Welcome back, folks. In today's video, we're going to go over a little bit about why I chose a Can-Am Defender. Just a little background of how I ended up with a Defender. Originally, of course, back in the day, I had a few Rhinos because they was the only thing available. Loved them things. They done great. Definitely coming from an ATV to a UTV, that's a big difference. A lot more comfort there, and really enjoyed them. And then I ended up with a Yamaha Viking. Can't complain about the Viking. That thing was a beast. I upgraded it with the Super ATV doors, had the Inferno heater, had like 30-inch carnivores on it. That thing done really well for me. The only downside to it, what I found was I would get in some areas where it was lacking power. I mean, that thing was only a 700, and just, you would get on some hills, not even rut it or nothing, and you just have to matter to even get it to go anywhere. And after a while, that got a little old, but it was a nice unit. I'll put a picture up here somewhere of it because it was sharp. It was a special edition. I really did like it. Not knocking it. If you got one, those things they're nice units. But got rid of the Viking, ended up into a Ranger, Polaris Ranger high lifter. That was my first experience with a Polaris, and I will say that one did have some miles on it. It was a nice unit. I mean, it was. I did have a lot of problems with it. It was nickel and diming me to death. Ended up replacing a lot of stuff, and then eventually the front diff went, and you know, that was a $800–900 job there, and just feel like some of the parts on it were not built as sturdy, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I was looking for something a little bit more comfortable, so I didn't stray from Polaris actually at that point. I ended up getting rid of that and got a Polaris General, and it was a 16 model, so it was the pre-turf mode. It was the first year of the Generals, and actually probably one of my favorite side-by-sides that I've owned. It was super comfortable. If you've never ridden in a General, I suggest you get in one, take a ride, because the seats really form around you. It's you lay back, got that nice console. It's a plush ride, and power-wise, they are not lacking. General's got like 102 horse. Anywhere you point it, she'll pretty much go. And if you notice, all these buggies that I've owned, I have to have a bed. I do have an outside wood boiler. I do a lot of firewood and hunt, and I utilize the bed on one, so that's why I've never had a sport utility. Well, I say sport utility, but I've never had a sport side-by-side, you know, like a X3 or a Razor, which just strictly trail riding. I really need a bed to where I can haul firewood and my hunting gear and all that stuff. So anyways, the General, like I said, had good luck with it. It's just, I love getting my family to go with me when I go on these rides, and in the General, you're seating two, and I don't really want a four-seater just for the simple fact that I don't have the garage space. Or I would. I like the long wheelbase. I feel like they do go better in the woods, but as far as my situation, I like keeping my stuff inside. I don't like it sitting out in the weather, and a shorter wheelbase, like in a three-seater, is what I need. It's what I want. So I stick with the three-seaters. So that's pretty much limits me to, you know, a Viking, or what Kawasaki has the new Ridge out now. What else? CF Moto, it's got some new stuff out, and I feel like those things look really nice. I mean, if I was in the market for a new one, probably be worth checking out. I might give them a few years to work a few things out, just like with the Ridges, but Dirt Dudes does a really good review on cab models. He's got a video out where he takes the Ranger 1500, the CF Moto, Ultimate, the 10, and what else does he take? He takes the Expedition, takes a Defender, takes a Ridge, and drives them all and compares them all. It's a really good watch. I'll probably try to put a link to that somewhere, because that's a good watch if you're looking to go buy a cab model. That's pretty cool. But anyways, didn't love the General, just didn't have enough room for us. Got rid of the General, was shopping around, and I'm like, you know what? I want a Defender. I want to try out a Defender. So did not buy this new. I did buy it used. Got a good deal on it, and I will grab the camera here, and I'm going to walk you around and show you a few of the reasons why I picked a Defender, and I'll try to explain to you a little bit. Like, I'll just start in the front before I even move the camera. The A-arms on a Defender, on an XMR model. That's another reason why I went with an XMR and a Defender instead of a regular Defender like an XT or just a regular HD10, which I did want an HD10. I didn't want it. They make them in a 9, make them in a 7, and maybe a 5, I believe. I don't know. But anyways, the A-arms on an XMR are already they're already high clearanced, which I like. It gives you a little bit more of that ground clearance. Put 30s on this thing with no problem. Now the newer ones, I believe a 23 and up limited. I'm not sure about the XTs, but they are high clearanced, and I believe they're forward offsetting too, because I know you can run a 32 on the 23 and ups, no lift, no nothing. But I will say, I'll try to give you the positives and the negatives. One of the things, drawbacks that I don't like about these Defenders is they are underpowered, in my opinion. This is a 19 model, and had I known before I bought it, I probably would have held off, because the Defender in 19 and older in an HD10 was only 72 horsepower, and the 20s and newer, they bumped them up to 82 horsepower, which 10 horsepower might not be a big difference, but I don't even think 82 is enough in a Defender. They ought to be running 100 horse in these things, which if you just use it around the farm or, you know, cruising back roads or whatever, I mean, that's plenty of power, don't get me wrong, but you go on some of these parks and get into some trails that are a little bit steep, maybe a little rutted out, I want the extra power. You know, it's kind of like why you tell your kids to grab that coat in the winter, right? It's nice to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You know what I mean? So really wish they would have they would look into bumping the horsepower up on these things. But anyways, it does good. It pulls these 30s, I mean, okay. But anyways, that's kind of the front of the model. XMR does come with a winch. I slapped the light bar on it. I kind of hit it down there in between the winch and the roll bar, and that's about it on the front. I put the Super ATV windshield on it, but we'll do a little walk around here. Apologize that she's a little bit dirty. I meant to clean it up a little bit better, but that's where she's at for now. Suspension wise, they do on a Defender just the old regular shocks, nothing fancy. Wish they would put the Fox shocks on it like they do on the Maverick Sports XMRs, but this is what you're getting. Kind of don't like that. Headlights, I updated these to LED bulbs. They come with halogens. Another thing I wish that they would fix. I did do a 4.3 offset on my wheels, so there's no spacer in the front. That's just a 4.3 offset, and got her setting it to like 71 inches. I do like that. I like that wide stance, really helps. I did run I believe I just put a 1-inch spacer in the rear to get it straight. Factory Can-Ams are 1-inch narrow in the rear, so I put a spacer back there to widen it out. And of course, I put the Armor Tech doors on. If I'm gonna have a Defender or a sport utility, I'm gonna have it enclosed. I like the enclosed feeling. I did put the Inferno heater in it. I put that in the Viking, in the Ranger, and in the General. It's a great product. I ride a lot in the winter, and that really helps out. You can pretty much ride at any time. That's why I like the enclosed cab. I put the Super ATV sliding rear glass in it. I do have some overhead fans up there to help a little bit with the heat. But I will say one thing about a Defender, this floorboard in the summer, it gets warm. It gets actually really warm. So that helps out a little bit, those overhead fans. Got me a new phone mount. Yeah, we're gonna try that. In my previous videos in the woods, I'd have it down here and this got in the road, and then I'd switch it up here, this, and it would bounce around. So hopefully this new mount will work, and hopefully we'll get in the woods this weekend and check that out. But the seats in the XMR, so they wrap around you, a little bit more plush than a regular HD10 or the XT model. Does have a center console, which, sorry about that, I'm trying to hold the door open, but it folds up, folds down, so you do have room for that center passenger. Which down, it's got a couple cup holders in it, but they do make a kit, can't remember the name, Trail Armor or somebody, that raises this up to where it's actually arm level, which I got the Kimimoto center console that I slap in there. And as far as interior wise, I think Can-Am does a pretty good job. This thing's comfortable. Steering wheel's nice. Of course, everybody knows they could upgrade the electronics in it. Maybe do some kind of a screen, but this is pretty basic. It gives you your speed and your mileage and hours. Pretty basic stuff. This does come out, which I know if you're looking at Defenders, you know that. This thing comes up, comes out, you can take it with you. I love the fact that you got this extra under the seat. You can put clothes, whatnot, just trash even, in there. And that's removable. That comes out, you can take it with you. And the cab is big. That's what I like. Got plenty of space in there. So I'm walking around. Of course, got the dump bed like other UTVs. This, I like the fact that my toolbox fits in here. That's just a regular size toolbox out of like a Colorado or S10 Ranger. Of course, I added the lights in the back. XMR comes with the snorkel kit, so if you get in the deep water, you ain't got to worry about that. Like I say, in the back, you still got the A-arms. You got the higher clearance ones in the back. Of course, just got the regular old shocks, but it does okay. So all in all, well, it comes with the XMR comes with the rock sliders too, which love, because, and this thing has a full skid plate front to back. The one thing I don't like about that skid plate is it's welded on there, which I wish they would have riveted or something where you could remove it to clean the mud, but it is what it is. All in all, when I buy another Defender, absolutely. Would I buy an XMR or a Limited? Well, the XMR, if you're going to do, say, some mud riding with the snorkel kits, that's nice. I like the looks of them. I like the way they're set up. They come with the bumpers, come with the A-arms. Come with the gear reduction too. I forgot to mention that. XMR comes with the gear reduction. Gives it a real low gear. Going downhill, you can pretty much let off the gas and this thing, it'll stop itself. And I do like that one thing, Can-Am over the Polaris. Polaris does not have that engine brake, and kind of a pain. But would I buy, if I wasn't worried about the AC, I would probably just buy an XMR, because you're saving, you know, $8,000–9,000, and then you know, if you want it enclosed, just slap this stuff on it. And I know you'd be real close to what Limited is price-wise, but you can customize it to things that you like. Limited are nice though. I mean, off showroom floor, I mean, you're ready to rock. I mean, especially if you want the AC and you want to ride in all weather conditions. So I don't know, but as far as my opinion on the Defender, would I buy another one? Absolutely. I love it. Can-Am, you should do a few things, give us more power, and you know, maybe update them electronics in there everybody's talking about. Maybe give us some GPS or something. But as far as a good product, this thing, she is a beast. So thank y'all for watching. I know that I went through that pretty quick. Got any questions, drop it in the comments. I'll try my best to get those answered for you. I appreciate y'all liking and subscribing. Keep it up, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.